Is it recording?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I hope you're still here. I'm sorry we had it drop out.
We had a little blip, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys probably remember from other classes. It happened to me and Javi a number of times too. I don't know why. It seems like anytime that there's a class, this happens. Well, we don't know if this. We're just going to let it go for a while, and then
I'll let it go for a minute, and then if people aren't showing up,
you can go back to the creative group and leave them a message, maybe.
But we're back, guys.
The thing is if you left and thought, you can always come back because it'll be here. So.
Starting off right where we left off.
Yeah. So I'm just still mixing this. Hopefully we don't have that happen again. We think maybe there was too much on the iPad and it wasn't something like that. So
hopefully it corrected the problem.
We got rid of that. Well, yeah, I think everybody left.
I'll go ahead and tell them we're back.
Yeah. As if you're interested in seeing it, we're back. We had a space problem or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, but this video will be there for them anytime, so nobody needs to feel that they missed anything, because they haven't. So starting right back where we were. I'm still mixing this stuff. Here's somebody. Mary, man, she's late. Well, Mary, you came at the perfect time because we had a little blip there, and Switcher Studio said, you guys got too much on here. You got to get stuff off, and it just shut us down. Switcher Studio is a program that we use. So we had to stop and fix it up. So anyway, is there sound to this? Yes, there's sound.
Yep, we're here. Can you hear us? So it should be.
Make sure.
Yep. Okay.
This,
saying
yeah,
yes.
this is sound. Yeah, make sure your speakers are turned up.
Or your volume button.
Or your volume button. Because if it's pushed down, you're not going to hear anything. Okay, so I've got, a good snake or whatever you want to call of it right here. So I'll make a ball, and it is ready to work with. And that's probably because I put a little bit more of the bee hardener in it. So, okay. Yeah.
Karma's back.
Yeah. That's Colleen.
Where's Colleen? Yeah.
She's back.
Okay, we're back too, and you didn't miss anything.
No.
She was still rolling her ball.
Yeah, you didn't miss nothing.
So it was a good time to go out.
I used to get so panicky when stuff like that happened. We've had that happen. I don't know. We haven't had it happen anytime recently, but it seemed like for a long time, anytime I was doing a class.
Good, Mary. Thank you.
You almost clown. Yeah,
she's just saying she can hear, so okay. I just wanted to make sure that
was. So, anyway.
It was a good point for it to go out, though, because we weren't doing anything too exciting.
No, I'm just mixing this stuff.
Just mixing,
So I've got a little ball of this stuff going here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and it gets a little bit fussy. You have to mess with it. I'm not going to kid you. But this has to go in the back here, right in the middle. I turn it over. You see, this is the front part. You usually see it's dapped out. And that means that it's been put into a die press and it's pushed out. It gives it dimension instead of it just being flat. Okay, so I got a ball of the stuff and I put it in the middle. You know what would be smart is if I don't know if that's enough yet, so I was saying, well, if I'm smart, I might just take and mix 3 and I'll be the same size, but I said, well,
I'm sorry, that looks like a conch shell.
Conch shell?
Yeah, because it's like got the twisted and there's even like a little crease right there.
Yeah, well, it won't soon.
Sorry.
She just had to
distracted. Sorry.
She can't come.
I got distracted by your conch shell that you made.
Inadvertently.
Yeah.
Inadvertently.
Andrea's back.
Yeah, Andrea's back.
And she said the sound is good.
Good. I'm so sorry, guys. But a lot of you guys have taken my classes before, and you know this can happen. We should have checked. We'll know that for next time. Check first to make sure we don't have too much.
Yeah, I'll delete some stuff.
Yeah. Because it wasn't like you did. So I'm just pulling it out to the ends to cover all those little, nubs on the ends. I want to get that all covered up. Get it pushed out good. And then on the other side, then we'll have some trimming to do, as you can see. We've got a lot of trimming to do. So what do? Okay, I make first sure that it's underneath entirely before I start trimming this out, and that everything is covered. Okay, and it is. It's nicely covered. So I'm going to just take this and pull this away from the filigree.
She's using her needle tool.
Yeah, I've got my needle tool here, which we do have them on the site if you guys don't have one.
They're amazing. Get them.
And there are some more coming in. Yeah, everybody needs them because you can use them for so many things. It's crazy. So so now I've got this nice. See, I just have to smush it out and make it nice and smooth on the back, but I'll do that later. So this is nice. I got a little too much here. I might be able to just push that in. Sometimes, I don't know though, sometimes it doesn't work so hard to do that. So, anyway. So.
Yeah, I rarely order you guys to go get anything I suggest. Whatever. Get the needle tool.
Yeah, you need.
For real.
You'll use it for other things too.
It's amazing.
I use it, you guys probably have noticed if taken my class before, I use it for a pointer a lot of times.
Well, yeah, to get the holes in the filigree too, like in that one, like you just
just want to get everything trimmed out, because it doesn't look good if you don't. It really doesn't.
You can use it for texture.
Oh yeah.
Like even the bar has like some texture on it, so you can even like roll that.
Mm-hmm. And
use that. But yeah, no, it's
a
good investment.
Good tool doesn't cost much. It's not even an investment. It costs a little.
Right, but you'll use it so much that you won't even.
You will. Okay, so I've got a bunch here that has to come out. What you don't want to see where it's kind of starting to, overwhelm the filigree, like come over the top of the filigree, because that's not what you want at all. You don't want that there. It won't look good. And I can show you case in point in just a sec. So I'm just smushing it down in. See on the end of it? See, it kind of came up through a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to
scrape it off.
Scrape it off. I don't want that. It's too much. Okay. So now I'm going to have to take this out. If you have an X-Acto knife, which I'm sure I have one in the basement. I don't know where it is yet. I ordered myself another one, but it isn't here yet. That would work for getting this off too. You just have to be careful you don't cut yourself. With this, you're probably not going to hurt yourself. Probably. If you could hurt yourself with it, believe me, I'd be the one doing it. Hurting myself. Okay, see, down here, I don't like this. See, it kind of overwhelmed the filigree. I want every bit of that filigree to show. So I might have to scrape a little bit back if I can. I might not be able to.
It's working some.
Yeah. You won't have it perfect. It just doesn't work that way.
So, while we're just trimming this real quick, Mary, I'll just ask you real quick. She wanted to know if the 35% sale is through today on the website.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I'm going to carry it over too. So, you can use it. It's 35 for all. No spaces. The letters are all caps. 35 for all.
So the number 35.
Yeah, and you have to have a $100 order for it to work. When I give a big discount like that, normally I do require a minimum because it's got to work for me too. And I want it to work
and
for
you'll
you,
get free
it's gotta
shipping.
Work for me too. Yeah, you get free shipping too. Yeah, so you're getting a really good deal. Yeah, I'm gonna carry it over for a few days. We've done good with the sale so far this week, but it could have been a little bit better. We've got room to, offer it for a little bit longer. Like sometimes when I have a sale, I have to take it down when I say I'm taking it down because I just can't sell that much. I can't sell that much product at such a discount. You know what I'm saying? But this time, we have a good bit of the set, and you probably heard me say that we're going to be moving some things off the site, not the whole entire thing, but some of the inventory. Like say, if there's 20 pieces of something, we might take 10 of them and put it at Etsy. Or we might mix some of them up and make lots. So, yeah, we're going to we're going to be doing that soon, and Javi's going to help us too a little bit, so that's good. So we're going to have to do, I've got a lot of stuff coming in here in the next week or two, so it's going to be a little bit busy with that, which it hasn't been for a long time. Okay, this is imperfect. It's a little bit blobbity, but it's not bad. It's not bad. So it's pretty smooth on the back too. You want to look nice on the back.
You don't want it too bumpy.
Yeah. So now what I'm going to do, I'm fairly comfortable with this. So what I want to do is I want to make my holes, and I got to figure out now where do I want them. Okay. So I think this is going to be a bracelet. Okay. So I think a good place would be right here. See if I can show you. Where was I? Right here. Okay. I don't want to get too far from the edge because then you have to use a bigger jump in order to get through it and connect to the next piece. You know, so that's something to think about. These are all things as you go along and you make more and more of it. You know, if you fall in love with the stuff like I have, if you've got the time to work with it more, I mean, you will find these things all out. And even if I forgot to tell you, I might not know it. So feel free, if you found something out about this stuff already that you think we don't know, by all means tell us. I've been carrying Apoxie Sculpt for about 3 years. I wanted to carry. I wanted to carry. You guys probably heard this before. I wanted to carry polymer clay, and I approached the company that makes Sculpey. Right now, it's escaping me the name. But anyway, I approached them and I sent in all my credit information and how long I've been in business and all that, and they accepted me. But then they came back, and the order minimum wasn't as high as Apoxie Sculpt either, which was nice. But then they came back and said, you know what, Brenda, we can't take you on. We just, because of COVID and that, they just got really far behind in their manufacturing. I don't know if they've caught it up now, but so we just can't take you on. We got to get our store accounts taken care of. So I'm sorry, but so I said, well, okay. So then I thought, well, what do I really want? Apoxie Sculpt or polymer clay? And I'm like, well, I want Apoxie Sculpt.
Sorry, guys.
And the reason I hedged a little bit is because the minimum order for buying Apoxie Sculpt as a distributor is kind of high. And they don't give you a lot of flex. Like when you come back and say, I run out of a little bit of stuff. If I've just ordered, then they'll cut me some slack and they'll let me place a smaller order. But normally, nope, it starts from the beginning and you gotta do the whole deal. So that's how that is. Okay, so you can see where I put my holes. Okay, now I think this is a pretty good place, but maybe I would have been better on the tips of these. I don't know. I'll find out. But make sure that you've reamed your holes out big enough so you can get
jumps.
Decent jumps. And if you're using our jumps, most of ours are 18 gauge, so yeah, be sure you get it reamed out. Good. Okay. So that's how that'll go when you do it. Really, there's no reason. Oh, look at that. Really, there's no reason for me to go the whole way and do all 3 of them. I can do it later today and show you and take a picture. But, this is basically how you do it. So, why should we spend more time on this? I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to put a little bit of Perfect Pearls on it, and I'm going to move on to the next thing we're going to do, okay? So, on the hole. Don't make a new one, Brenda. Okay, there we go. And I've been pushing down on the top of this a little bit too much, so it's fine, but I wish there was a little bit more definition to the filigree. And there isn't, because that's why I pushed on too much. Okay, good. So it's going to look kind of like that. It might be high in places. You can scuff it off a little bit and then smooth it. If you want to smooth anything, of course, that's what this comes in for, safety solvent. You just take a little tiny bit and put it on your finger and rub it over. And it will just smooth out any marks or anything, you know, you might make. Because my nails are really kind of long.
Yeah, like I have nails and I get
So
indents in there.
Yeah, you can take that out. It's messy, I will tell you that, but it works. A lot of people will just say, well, just get a little water and put it on your finger, that'll work too. Yep, it will. But there are things that safety solvent does that water doesn't, and it's real inexpensive, so that's kind of nice. So.
Although for you that got the kits,
you got
one.
And it's going to last you for a really long time.
Because you only use the teeniest little bit.
Yeah,
just put like a tiny little drop on like a Q-tip, or just like burn some on your finger even and just rub it.
So now I'm going to take my poppy. I'm using poppy. And I'm just going to put it in the cap a little bit. Let me get up here so you can see me doing it. I'm bad. There are times I will just dip right into the pot. But you really shouldn't do that because you can pollute
the mica powder that's in
with
the
other
Perfect
things. You don't want
Pearls.
to do it. Yeah. So anyway, I've got a little bit on there and I'm just going to brush it on. Look at that. Now guys, the wonderful thing about this is you will not have to seal this. Only if you want to. And you don't have to. It's not necessary to seal it. You can just let it go because the resin from the epoxy clay will grab the powder, which makes it very attractive to the epoxy clay because it has resin in it too.
Well, it's still active before it's cured. It'll pick up more of the pigment.
Yeah, you can do it after,
but you'll have to brush more.
You might have to seal it then. But if you do it while it's not cured, you're not going to have to unless you want to. It's not necessary.
You might have to brush more of the color on too because it won't stick. It won't like grab either.
This looks pretty nice. So you can put less or more, you know, whatever you think looks good. It's all up to you. This is your deal. And I like to do it on the back as well. This makes it look nice. I'm all about making the backs look as good as I can possibly make them look. Sometimes with certain things you can't do too much, but this isn't one of them. You can. Ah. Well, see, there's enough on there that I don't need any of this. That I do that so much, you know. I probably should get a little teaspoon just for this. Okay, I got enough here though. Pretty much take me out. Yeah, you can do this with any filigree. Any of the filigrees we have. It doesn't have to be a little one unless that's your vision for it. Say that you want to make some real pretty little charms and use filigree. You go about it like this. This is a little bit big for charms, but I mean that's how I'm going to take a little bit here. But that's, you know, I mean you could do all kinds of stuff. And this, you know, doesn't have to be a bracelet. It could be a necklace. Like this one I made here, that's for a necklace, the way I put the holes in it. You know, you just choose where you want the holes to be and then you make them. Okay, so that's pretty good. It's not even on it everywhere, but yeah, when I hold it up, you can see it is. Okay, so I'm going to put this back in here because I don't want to lose any. Okay, and then close it up. And voila. So now the last thing I do with something like this is I check my holes again. Because I know Apoxie Sculpt tends to drift into a hole and close it. So I want to make sure that it's really good and open. And then once I make a hole from the front, I go to the back and I check it again. Okay. So there I am doing that. Alrighty, so that's pretty much you know what I can tell you about that. So all you have to do is choose whatever filigree that you want to use and go for it, right? You make as many of them as you want. It's a little bit tedious, but the more you do it, the faster you get at it. The more you can anticipate how much of this stuff you're going to need, which I don't think I want to put that back in the bowl. I think I'll just, maybe I'll use it for a little setting. I could do that. Might work. Okay, so, all right, now I got this junk all over my hands, so I've got to get it off. Oops. I don't know if I told you, Lauren, that new iPhones have this health app.
Mm-hmm.
And they can tell if your
How many steps you take.
your heart, how many steps. I mean, I didn't set it up or anything. It just does it.
Mm-hmm.
It could tell you if your heart's beating too fast and if they thinks you might be going into
Yes.
AFib and all kinds of stuff.
That little.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know it because I've had iPhones for a long time, but this one is the newest one, and I've not had it for too long. So anyway, yesterday I opened it up, and it said, "You have walking steadiness issues. You're going to fall very soon if you don't do something about this. You have very poor walking steadiness. You need to look at the graph we have for you, and you'll see." I'm like, huh? Well, it's like, first I'm saying, tell me something I don't know, because I know that. I know I do. But, I mean, my iPhone picked it up. So I went and looked. They had all kind of stuff, and they had links to other sites and to videos about getting yourself straightened out with that and all kinds of stuff. But, I took a real bad fall here a few weeks ago. And I don't want to do it again. In fact, I went to a nice party last weekend. And it was a formal party. It was a graduation, but it was a formal party. It was very pretty. So I got all dressed up and everything, and I went out there, and I got in there okay. But every time I got up, I wasn't really dizzy. I just felt disoriented between this issue and then all the noise in the place. I think that was part of it. And so I just, eventually after a couple hours, I just thought, I gotta go home. I don't want to, but I've gotta go home. So that's what I did. I went home. And Robbie, he walked me out. He said, Brent, I don't know if you should be driving home for a while. He made me sit in the car for a little bit. And then he said, okay, how you feel? I said, I'm okay. I'll make it home. I wasn't that far away from home. So, anyway. So I've got this thing that's covered, okay? So I have to decide.
And it's cured.
Yes, it's cured. Now, I could put a little bit on the back. I don't think I want to now, though, because it'll maybe stick while it's curing. So I'll leave that alone for now. But this is what I do. And it's what I did on this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some stuff out. And of course, see, this is what I made for myself. And I have some of the stuff that was in the embellishment kit that was in your kit. And some things of my own. And then I had this from before when I was doing mosaic. So it's got all kind of pretty colored things in it. So I've got stuff all here, so I gotta just figure out what I want to do. Well, I want to make something that looks a good bit like this. I don't know if I want it pink or not, but I want it to look a good bit like that. So how am I going to do that? I mean, it's cured, right? So what do I do?
Tripod. Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, I just bumped the tripod, so I was trying to quickly.
As long as we didn't lose the thing.
No. It was shaky there for a second.
So I'm gonna grab stuff out of here that I think I'll use. And these are the Rosemontees that are pearls. I'm pretty sure we still have some. You can look and see. If you don't find them, please let me know, and I will look too, because that's something we use a lot of. And they don't always have them either. That's the one bad thing. I don't always have them.
No, sorry, Mary. The kits are all sold.
Yeah. But a lot of the stuff that was in the kit
Are back in stock as a site.
is on the website, and you won't spend a lot more that way. You might not even want everything. Like, I'll tell you what was in the kit in a minute, and then you can figure it out if it's, maybe
Which would be perfect too, since we have that huge sale.
Yep, it would. You really get a deal, probably better than the kit. And then too, you may not need everything. You might have some of the stuff, So.
And then you can pick and choose your own embellishments too.
That's right. So, but you may have stuff. So by all means, look in your own stash and see what you got. Don't spend if you don't have to, right? So now I used with this, I used a lot of silver little pieces, and I used a good bit of this ball chain. I used a little bit of rhinestone chain too. Got some down in here, I think. Still, yeah. And so I needed something, I guess not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start doing assemblage on this. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to think about where do I want my stuff on here.
Oh, so you used epoxy, more epoxy,
yeah,
epoxy.
So I will not, you could use epoxy and epoxy, exactly.
She's taking apart my shell, guys. My conch shell.
Too bad. Too bad, how sad. So when I'm doing assemblage, I'd probably, to get the balance out, I'd probably put my stuff on first and kind of make sort of a plan. It's not sticking.
Oh, which actually it works if you do that too, because you can use it for stone settings.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You see how I'm setting that down in there?
And then it gives it a little, like, border, like it's down in, like,
but
a little
you've
mount.
got a little bit extra off the sides, and you can take advantage of that. And I'll show you. See, I'm pushing it out a little bit out here. That way you can make a nice edge. But I've got that in there. I want to do one over here too. And there's really no wrong or right with this. You'll find your way, But I have used Apoxie Sculpt to do a lot of assemblages. In fact, I will have to show you one of the ones that came out the best. I always loved that piece. Somebody bought it. But anyway, I'll show it to you. I meant to bring a picture out here, and I dumbly did not do it. So I think one of the reasons why it's not sticking as good is because I have a little bit still residue of the Perfect Pearls on my hands, and it's just a little bit too much. It doesn't want to, but it's doing it now. So anyway, I'm going to put this in the middle here, and I've got an edge, and I will use that. I will totally use it, but I'm pushing it down in there as I want it to stay, and then I'm going to push it up against a little bit. And if you have a pretty centerpiece or something you want to put on there, you could do that. Like, for example, I have this piece that I made the other day. See that?
There we go.
I could, now I have this slot here, so I could hang stuff from that. But let's say I didn't want to do that. I could put this in the middle too. So, however you want to do it. I don't think I'll do that this time, but just saying. I'm just saying you could. So I'm going to build over from this. You could do it if you want.
And that's strictly all epoxy. She made that teardrop out of
That's all
epoxy.
epoxy. So I've got another little ball here. I'm going to put it right about here on the piece. And don't worry about if it comes over the edge a little bit. That's not a problem. You're building out the piece, so it works. So I got one of these little wheels here.
Sorry, guys.
And I'll put this in here.
My feet keep kicking this tripod. I'm sorry.
What do I have to put in here? It's going to be too big. Yeah. Well, I got some here that don't have a mount, that will work too. So I'm going to put a little pearl cab in here. Oops, I don't want you just yet. Put a little pearl cab in here. So I got that. Kind of looks like a bullseye though, so I'm not sure I'm loving that. But anyway, it's what I did. I'm going to take another piece and do that.
I'm trying to come up and over, guys.
Excuse me.
Bear with me for a moment.
Now, instead of making it all, I like a little bit of randomness when I do this. So I'm going to take another one and I'm going to do it up here. Okay. And I'm going to put this in the middle. Spread it out. And I'm going to get a smaller pearl cap to put in the center. And there I go. Okay. I could have used a little bigger one, but oh well.
You could do some ball chain around it, maybe.
Huh? Yes, probably what I'll do. Okay.
Fill in the
that's
space.
Good to bring it up.
Yeah.
Now, I found these brass flowers, and I like the look of gold up against silver.
Two-tone.
Yeah, so what I may do is I may do this, put these in here. Now, how am I going to do that? With Epoxy Sculpt. I'm going to make a little ball of Epoxy Sculpt and put this down here. And you know who showed me this first was Christy Friesen.
Use epoxy on epoxy.
Yeah. As when she
Instead of using glue.
was using Cerulean more. We were all using Cerulean more. But, yeah, one time when she was helping me teach a class, we were having lunch. She said, hey, Brenda, come over here. I want to show you this. She said, have you seen this stuff yet? I said, well, I've seen Epoxy Sculpt. She says, no, this is Cerulean. She says, look and see what I'm doing with it. And I know a lot of you guys have done this, make those things and stuff. But so I've manipulated this a little bit so it comes up, because it gives more up and down to the situation.
Yeah, Mom does it, but she does it in like little tiny balls, like for chatons.
And you can.
Yeah.
And you plan for it. You make them ahead of time, put them all down, set them in there, you got it done. Get her done. You get her done. The only thing is, see, I pressed that hard, so now I've got Epoxy Sculpt coming up where I don't want it to be. Duh. Okay, so I've got that there. I don't know if I want one in there or not. Well, you know what? I probably would, but I might want it to hang down a little bit off the thing. I'm not sure yet. Maybe.
Eeny meeny.
Yep. Push this over a little bit.
Yeah, and because it's not cured yet, you can move it around a little bit. You can manipulate
I put this
slightly.
on the side. No, I don't want that there. Just take it off. And make sure you don't cover your holes here, guys, on the ends. Make sure you don't do that.
Yeah, recheck them every so often.
Yeah.
Especially if you're embedding things near the holes, because you might push by accident and it pushes towards the hole,
That's
covers
true.
it.
You might. You might just do that. So I'm going to bend this up pretty good. I want it to be peel this off and move it over just now. It's already sticking. Doesn't want to. Well, it is moving. It's just a little out of shape. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so.
And that stamping she's using, I love that stamping. It's the dogwood flower.
Yeah.
If you're looking for it on the website.
We have lots of them.
And they manipulate the petals.
Yeah,
like
we
you
really
can see.
have a lot in the Russian gold, the classic gold. We have really a lot now.
Oh, the satin matte?
Satin gold, yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to type it in, like if you're looking for that particular flower, just put in dogwood flower and you'll find it.
Yeah, whatever we have.
Mm-hmm. It'll show
A
all
lot
the
of times
platings.
I have them in silver. I don't have any in black, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Okay, so that's down in there. And I could even put something a little bit in the middle of there and kind of, put a pearl in right in there too, okay? So I would just keep going, like big ones, little ones, and just glomming them on like that. And that's how that'll go.
Yeah, we have them in the satin gold, the brass ox, and in raw brass.
Mm-hmm.
Which raw brass is good for coloring.
Yeah. I'm going to put one down here. And I'm going to put one. I'm going to put a little tiny one up here so that I can put something, because anywhere you want something to be, you know, in there, part of the design, because the bottom is cured, you're going to have to put, you know, fresh product in there. So. I think I'll make a little snake. And I'll show you something else I can do. Okay, I want to go in here, over to here. And I want to put a piece in because I think I'm going to want to put chain or something there. In fact, no, I won't need it there. Okay, I'll show you why. Maybe I'll put some right here so I can catch it. Okay, so I get a piece now. But if you know, you have to work quick, but once you put these pieces down, then you can, because you've got, you know, I have to stop for each thing and make another little ball or whatever you're going to do. You just go ahead and design. And they don't have to be perfect, because after all, these aren't going to show, right? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. You know, if you don't want to use the ball method, you can just patch in more epoxy sculpt. In fact, I'm going to do that right now so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, I don't want to cover that because I think I want to use it in my design.
To hang something.
Right, so I have to be careful doing this, and I don't get that closed up. Now, I know that looks clumsy, but it doesn't matter because it is not going to show. It'll be loaded with stuff. I'll have stuff in it. Excuse me, my nose is runny today. Okay, so I'll put this one up here. For my last one, or at least for now, the last one. I can add more to this anytime. If I get this design done and I look at it and I'm like, it's not enough stuff, or it's not placed right, I can't probably bust it off. It's probably not going to happen, but I can go back in with a little more product and see what I can do. So. Okay, so I've got that there. Okay, so now I'm just going to start filling it up. I don't like that there. Oops. Put that there. Another pearl. Put another pearl. What did I have in this little bag? I think I had some stuff in here. Might be ready. Well, there's chain cut off on it. Oh, these things, when you see them in there, don't use them in any of your designs. Those are bead caps. Those are bead cores.
Bead cores, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't want to use those. No, on those.
We're going to use those for one of the other classes.
Yeah. That is for something else. What I really need is a bunch of little stuff. So I have to pick them out of here. think this other one has a bunch that I can get out fast. I like these little silver things. There's a bunch of them in here, yeah. I just get them out.
And these are just metal spacer beads.
Yeah, that's all they are. So maybe you have some if you do use them. You know, another thing that works out really good is a bead cap that you can put upside down. Sometimes what works good too is a jump ring.
Yeah, I love the twisted ones.
Mm-hmm.
Because they look fancier.
Mm-hmm. Here's some little pearls I might want to use.
And you can put the jumps inside jumps too. Like if you start with a larger one and then go smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
And then you can put like a little chaton right in the middle. It's pretty cute.
Everything wants to fight me today. Okay, so, I want to put these back because I want to be sure I do not use them at all.
Off limits.
I want to be sure I do not use them at all.
Oh, you missed one. One fell.
Okay, I'll get it. I'm going to take a cough drop. Okay, so. I'll get this in here. Get that fixed. Now I've got some blobbity stuff looking, off the top. So can you see that? That's some blobbity stuff. If you don't have a better word for it, call it blobbity stuff.
Hold on. There we go.
I just kind of smooth that out a little bit, so that'll look a bit nicer. I need a little bit there. Sometimes you think you're looking at it, you think, oh, I need a lot of, bigger thing. You really need very little.
Yeah, less is more. I said that last week with our prequel video, but we both did. Less is more. Because you can always add more if you need more.
Yeah. Kind of smooth it out a little bit. There we go.
You can always mix up more, but, if you use way too much and then you're stuck and you're like, you have more than what you were planning on making or using, then
you gotta work quick.
You gotta try to figure out something to make or use it for.
Beads.
Always beads, yeah.
And I don't even embellish them. I just make them beads and get a hole in there good, and then I put perfect pearls on them. They're very usable. Works out good, I must say.
Okay, guys, we're going to visit and answer any questions at the end.
Yeah, so don't think you're being ignored.
We're just trying to stay on topic and finish the project first so you guys can see it. We don't want to waste your time.
And we have often a lot of new people that come in later. And I've had people complain to me, you guys talk too much.
They want to see the project and go,
And I don't blame them, because sometimes when I look on video, I don't want to hear a bunch of yak. I just want to say, okay, what am I going to do? So,
get to the point.
yeah. Which is not exactly my strong suit. But everything you put on here, be sure that you press it down in, okay?
Just don't press it too far. Don't embed it too far.
No, because then Epoxy Sculpt will come up all over the edges and you won't like it. Believe me, you won't like it. Now I didn't put a little ball there. Well, you know what? I probably could just because there's no more dimension there. So I'll put a little bit more here to get it. Maybe I'll make it stand up a little bit more too. That would be good. All right, so I got that. Don't worry if that's covering over a little bit. That's a random natural thing. It is not an issue unless you can't stand how it looks, and in that case it is an issue and you'll have to fix it. But for me, that is not a problem. I do not worry about that. I don't know if I want that there. Nah, I'll save that weight. Oh, I gotta blow my nose. I don't know why it's doing this. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. I've got another thing I'm going to put down in there. And then I've got I gotta start thinking about where I'm going to put this chain because I probably should start putting some down. Okay, so where's my nippers? Here they are. When I work with this stuff, I like to just use smaller pieces and add to it because if you get it too long, it just gets in the road. So I don't let it be too long. So I put this. See that? How much it is? Okay. So I'm going to start like up in here underneath that flower. And I'm going to stay close to the other thing. And I'll take this and move it up.
That's another thing that the needle tool can be good for. If you have chain and somehow it got tangled together, or if you get a little knot in like tiny, like delicate link chain, it can help you very kind of get it out gently and not break your links or break your chain.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
So just another use for that tool.
Yep.
That I'm very, very highly recommending you buy.
So, you know, it's basically you eyeball it. You know, I've taught you guys about assemblage long enough. Most of you guys have been with me for a while. Of course, I have to recognize that people will be coming along that haven't been, but, you know, it's no different with this than it is when you do assemblage with glue or whatever. It's the same kind of thing. You've got to look for the balance. That's what it's about. You've got to find the balance. So, give it a little bit more of this cut. You know, I think I'll take a little bit of this. I'm trying to get it up as close as I can to the piece next to it. Sometimes it resists me like it is right now. It's resisting me nastily. Being nasty. No, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, now I'm going to take a little of this. And I'm going to me. Just, wherever random place you want it. You just go ahead, put it there. There's really no wrong place you can put it. Where's my bag with my, right in front of me. Yeah, I'm going to use a lot of these now. And I can go down under that because I've got fresh product down there that will accept it.
We'll accept it as its own.
Mm-hmm. I see beads in my future. There's too much there.
Oh, you can make more pendants too.
I could. Beads are quick though.
Or even more filigrees.
Yeah, I could do more filigree with it. You're right. So basically, I'm just going to work on getting this to a place where I can stop for now. So we'll go ahead and see if you have any questions or something you want to know. Maybe, can you take that?
Yeah, Mary.
Scroll back a little bit.
Mary wanted to know if you color it before you start adding the embellishments. And
After?
Yeah, after.
Mm-hmm. Do it after. It won't stick to the embellishments. It's just, it's much better if you do it after.
Yeah, because if you put the color first, Mary, things won't stick. And then afterwards, so you just don't worry about the color if you're using chitons, even if they're colored or anything. Just go ahead and brush the color on all over, and then you can just take like a Q-tip or your fingertip, just take a teeny little bit of water on like a Q-tip and just run it over the surface of your stones, or anything else that you don't want color on, and it'll clean right off.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're using perfect pearls or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, always
and
embed
perfect pearls
first.
is what you want. If you have Pearlex, fine, but that's not the best use of that product here. You want the stuff that's got resin in it, which is perfect pearls.
Mm-hmm.
Resin to resin, you're going to get a good bond. You're going to get it to stick good, and that's what you want.
And then she also wanted to know how long it takes for it to cure.
24 hours for it to be a good cure. Usually it's done before that, but they say, the manufacturer says 24 hours, so I would go with that. You know, you won't get any trouble doing that, that's for sure.
Make sure
It's not sticking. Let's see, this is already setting up. I may have to glue some pieces on after.
Yep, that's all.
Yeah.
So far.
It's just, I'd have to put some more product there to make that work.
And hi, Jan. Hi, Deborah.
Jan?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Jan's on.
Well, she said she was going to be going to the City of Hope with her husband today.
I don't know. She said hello.
And she's back already. Hope for the good.
It's okay, Deborah. No problem. And there's a first part, actually. We had a little technical blip, so we had to come back on. So I'm going to make sure when I post, well, the videos are posted, but once they're officially posted, I'm going to make sure that you can tell which is the first one and which is the second one.
So we have two up
there. Probably will be two.
Okay.
Because they're separate recordings, so there's going to be two. So
I'll be two.
I'll put that, like, one is it'll have the same title, but I'll put intro and conclusion. That way you know which one to watch first. But okay, so Mary is asking how long you have to work with it after it's mixed before you have to stop putting embellishments on.
Mm-hmm. We'll look to the beginning and see.
There wasn't any other questions.
Nothing else? That's it?
Nope. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Everybody is just...
She wants to know how long you have to work with it.
Yeah.
After it's mixed, before you can stop putting embellishments.
About an hour. About an hour, give or take. So it's kind of good if you sort of know what you want to put on it first. Like, I knew what type of... I didn't have a pattern in mind, but I knew what type of stuff I wanted.
Yeah, so Mary, you could always get, like, your base out and just kind of start laying things, like, on top of the base. Like, obviously don't, and you won't have anything to embed them or glue them on, but just kind of start laying things out just to kind of get a semi-idea of what you might be looking for or what you might want to do. And then you can go ahead and start applying your epoxy and just start putting things in.
Mm-hmm.
So then you don't have to worry about it curing on you before you're done or figuring out what you want to do.
That's right. Mm. Mm. I like that there. That was not a good...
She didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. You know, I don't mind some up and down, some things being pushed around and stuff. I just don't like it looking too wonky. Because then it just looks like...
Messy.
Yeah. I want to be proud.
That's okay, Mary. Happy to help.
Okay. So now I found some of these little bee caps down here.
Oh, well, I'll move it DC, you're gonna have to talk a little bit louder. They said they're having a hard time hearing you.
I'm sorry.
She is talking a little quiet.
Yeah.
Maria, sorry.
Move it up toward me and then they'll hear me better. I'm sorry, guys.
Can you hear her better now?
I hope so. Yeah. No, there's no problem. It's me. I'm the problem.
Okay, so Mary wants to, is it best to have the lower layer already cured and then put the embellishments on with the blobs?
That's what I'm doing.
But she said, is it best to do it that way?
Oh, yeah. Yep. You won't get it all done. That's what I like about this method. Something just gave.
Because you're just working with a little blob at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can hear her better? Okay, good.
Good. I just need to speak up. I'm bad like that. People tell me all the time, I can't hear you, I can't hear you. And I know what it is I'm not talking loud enough. I just have a more
She's
quiet.
not projecting.
No!
I don't have a problem with that since my family is Italian and we have about 50 conversations all going at one time, and if you want to be heard, then you have to know how to talk over people. To overhear which conversation you're in. But we're used to it because that's our family. So I don't have a problem with not talking loud enough.
I ain't used to. I am kind of quiet.
Plus, she's got her head down and she's focused.
Yes, I'm focused.
So.
But I think you guys get the gist of it, you know. Can see what I'm doing.
Let me pull this back a little bit because you moved. Back in camera.
I also like this needle tool because you can tamp stuff down in. See, this don't like it.
Okay, good. I'm glad you can hear better, Maria.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, you can use the point to tamp stuff down in there. You can use the back, the flat, you know, depending on the shape we're working with. I mean, it comes in handy, I'll tell you.
You can use the sides for texture.
Mm-hmm.
Or create your own texture with the point.
Yeah. Whatever works for you.
Yeah, we have 5 of them in stock.
We'll have more too soon because I've got 10 coming. So, more on the way. I see what I'm going to do. I'll put this in the middle of my flower, and then I'll take my big bead cap there and jam it down the middle. Now I've got a setting. See? Bead caps make great settings. They really do. So now, the problem, okay, here's 2 more. That's what I need. It's 2 more.
Laurel, hi.
Laurel's here.
Laurel's here.
Hey, Laurel. Nice to see you, honey. Haven't seen you for a little bit. And you paint the clay if so. It's a special type of paint. If you're going to paint it, I would wait until it's cured. But if you're putting perfect pearls on it for color, do it while it's not.
Yeah, before it's cured.
Mm-hmm.
You can use acrylic paint or like paint pens probably, or even the lunar paste.
Lunar paste works good. Yeah. I don't know about alcohol inks. It might be okay, but I just kind of have a feeling
it's so messy too.
Yeah. I mean, they work good for certain things, but I wouldn't use them for those. Sharpie marker might be okay. Hey, Lisa Marie Beans.
She says it's beautiful.
Just like you, little honey.
Yeah, Maria, I think Jordan gets overwhelmed sometimes when we're all together. My side of the family.
Yeah,
it's a bit much.
Plus, when her family gets together, there's a lot of music going on. Because they all
well,
play.
on my dad's side.
Yeah.
The non-Italian side.
Yeah, the non-Italian side.
We're just big and crazy on dad's side.
Yeah. They all, miss you too, Laurel. Yeah, on Jet's side, they all play music and they're banging on stuff all the time. I just don't want it to be blobbed up too much. That's why I keep pressing this down. I don't
Watch your holes.
No, the top of it. I don't want it to be blobbed up too much. So now, later, I can glue something in there. I could take, if I knew what I wanted to put in there, I could take and do that now with Apoxie Sculpt, but I'm not real sure what I want to put in there, so I'm going to wait.
So, are you planning on coloring this one? Or are you going to leave it?
I don't know.
She's undecided.
Because I can do it when it's cured, too. But if I do it when it's cured, then I will take a light misting coat of Krylon and go over it. Just
after it's cured,
yes.
You mean, yeah.
Yeah, if I do that. I will do that. If I go that route. Yeah, it's just at the end you see little places where it needs something here and there. It's the same as any other assemblage that you do. You do the same thing. The little stuff goes last. So that's what I'm doing, it's the little stuff. But sometimes the little stuff makes all the difference too. So. Okay. I'm starting to get that feeling that if I continue to work on this, I'm going to screw it up. You ever get that feeling? It's okay for now, but it is totally not done, and I can see that. But I just feel like I need to step away from it.
But it's not because it needs more stuff.
I just need to step away from it for a little bit. Sometimes you look at something, and you don't see, oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that, that kind of thing. So... But the problem is now I got a whole mess of Apoxie Sculpt left. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to make these. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it fast. The pieces of the blob they're adding now, how long did they have to cure for? 79. They all have to cure the same amount of time. It's just... these little bits.
Well, the bottom was already cured.
Yeah, the bottom was cured already. But
so it's the little
pieces I'm putting
that
in. They might cure a little faster, but not.
You should still probably wait full 24 hours.
Yeah. So having said that, if you put something on, you go away and you come back in a half hour, an hour and look at it, and you don't like it, then that's the time to get doing something about it. You don't want to.
Because otherwise it'll be too late and it'll be,
yeah.
You won't be able to get it off.
No.
Or you might start to ruin your piece.
Yeah. See, it's not done that yet. But I'm not entirely satisfied yet. And I do need to do something with the back. I'm convinced of that. I need to put, a light veneer of this stuff on the back. But I don't want to do it now, so I'll just do that later. That'll be fine. But yeah, it's pretty good for now.
Yeah, Maria, the bottom, she had already covered that in epoxy, and it had sat, and it was completely cured. And then she started mixing epoxy today for this class when we started to apply on top.
Yeah, I put the bottom on yesterday. Okay.
So it was completely cured.
It was done. But this is being done the next day, so it has to be fresh. But that's a nice thing. You can adhere. It adheres to itself even if it's cured. So
it's an alternative to gluing.
Yeah.
Because this is a glue in itself.
Yeah. You got about an hour of work. Now, of course, I made stuff out of that before I started doing this. So it's starting to set up. So even making beads out of it, I'm going to have to fight it a little bit because it's starting to set up. But that's a lot of Apoxie Sculpt to lose. I don't want to lose all that.
Now those balls that she used on top of the base, Maria, they will start to harden within like an hour of applying time, playing time, and you'll have less give with them, if that's what you mean. But fully curing and completely hardened, you should let them sit for 24 hours.
Like, don't take it, and like, if you think it's hard, I'll wear this. No, wait. Don't do that. These are going to be very organic in nature. Meaning wonky.
They're going to look like bone beads.
They're like wonkalicious. So you can see I'm just making some little round beads and I'm poking a hole in them with this. Now, if I was doing it like this one, I'd be doing a whole lot more to it, see? I used those things in the end.
The bead cores.
Yeah, and I put stuff on it, but I'm not doing that now. These are a little too hard to be putting embellishments on them now. But it'll...
Because it's been sitting for a while. She started this at over an hour ago, mixing that.
Yeah.
So that shows you, again, how long you have to kind of work with it before it starts setting up.
Okay, so you guys see how that goes? Any more questions today? So half an hour.
I think we answered her question, Maria, right?
Yeah.
Do we? Hopefully to your
You got
satisfaction.
an hour to work with it once it sets up. After that, so the longer you get into that hour, so if you don't start putting stuff on this with the little blobs till a half hour into it, then you only got a half hour left.
Once you have it mixed up.
Yeah. Once it's mixed up. Cured enough to work with. You only need 10 minutes from the time you mix it, max. And I use more hardener than I do of the other stuff. Like I told you, I use more of that gray looking stuff than the white. So that means it hardens even faster. But I prefer that. So, yeah, you got about 10 minutes to let it sit up a little bit so it won't be too, I don't know what the word is.
Stiff.
You don't need to let it get stiff a little bit.
But too unmalleable.
Yeah, you don't want that. No. Okay, does anybody else have a question before we go? Yeah, when you say cure, Maria, that means like it's done, it's hard, you're done. You're not doing anything more.
So hopefully we're understanding.
So you're not going to be working with it once it's cured. No. I'm just saying, starting to set up a little bit. So it has a little body to it.
Yeah, so we're saying from start to finish, from the moment you mix it up to finish, to where you're letting it, starting the cure process. Oh, that's an interesting question. Okay, Mary wants to know if there's a thickness that you prefer, for your bases.
I would say.
She's like maybe a 1/4 inch or so.
I know. If you're using blobs on top of it to get stuff on, you don't need to have a lot of depth. So
a thin layer.
I would have liked to seen there be less than I had on it. A little bit less.
So just a very thin layer of epoxy on your base to cover it?
Yeah.
So basically just enough, Mary, to have your base covered. You're not going for any particular thickness, just you want the base covered. Getting hard?
Yeah.
It's starting to cure.
Yeah, it's getting difficult. As much as I don't like to, I'm going to let it go. Because I'm just getting really, it's hard to get it smooth. No, so I'm just going to let that go. I didn't waste too much.
Andrea says thank you, and it's a beautiful piece.
You're very welcome, Andrea. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. I hope I can make it beautifuler. So, next week, when I have the class, be at the same time on Wednesday, 2 p.m. And it'll last about the same length as this. And I want us to do one of these. So, those of you who have a kit, you're good to go. You have one. You have two, in fact. You have gold one, you have silver one. If you do not have one, we have some on the site, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we have some on the site. If we don't, I can get some. So anyway, let me know if you don't find it.
That's the hinged style bracelet.
Yeah. And I see things I need to do to this too. So anyway, it's all good. So maybe I'll make it good. I'm glad. Thank you, Deborah. I'm so glad you were able to make it today. So, we had some people we didn't see for a while, like Laurel was here. So, it's nice. I like to see that. I do. I didn't see Annalise today.
No, she was on before.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she was on the other one.
She gave up.
And then we had another, was it Rebecca, maybe? I can't remember. I'll have to look. But it was their first live with you.
Oh, shoot.
I know. But hopefully
hopefully I'll come back and look again.
Yes. Okay, so we have 11 in stock of the silver colored one. I mean, not that it really matters because you're covering it. But there's 11 of the silver plated and there's 23 of the gold.
Oh, wow.
So there's plenty to go around.
If you didn't get a kit, or you want more of them,
Mary.
So if you didn't get it, some people didn't know about it until it was too late, I guess, or weren't sure, whatever. Yeah, that's fine.
Because Mary was asking about it.
We had most of the stuff on the site. You can get it, so you don't have to worry. Oh.
Okay. Maria says she didn't mean cured. She wants to know how much time do you have after you mix it to place it, like your little blobs. like on top, like how much time you have to
make the blobs and put stuff in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's say after you first went about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Because the first 10 minutes you have let it set up, so.
Yeah, BC likes to let it sit a little bit just so it's less sticky.
Well, the manufacturer advises that you should. So, that's all I know about that. Who said that? It's a Forrest Gump. That's all I know about that.
I don't know.
Who knows? So now before these get cured, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of perfect pearls on. Now I'm going to use my poppy stuff. I have plenty. I just saw something exciting. Postmodern Jukebox is coming to Packer Music Hall. That's the ones that do the funny stuff, but they're really good. It's only $30 a ticket. And there are good seats left too. I think I might have to go. And Morgan James is coming to the Kent stage in September, but John says it's a little bit too far. He doesn't think he could go that far, so I'm going to be doing
that. Yeah, work within 45 minutes, Mary, because then you need to place all your embellishments before you add color if you're wanting to add color. Because otherwise it won't adhere. It'll get too hard and the color doesn't really want to stick as much.
See, I'm already having a little bit of trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not
staying as good.
Like it's getting a little bit, but it's not as vibrant. Like it's not, the color isn't.
It's not as pronounced.
It's just rubbing on top instead of sticking like in the epoxy.
It'll stay. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I think we're going to tune up and finish up for today. But hi, Carol. So thanks to everybody who came to support us today and ask questions while the class was being filmed. And we will catch you later. You can leave, if you think of more questions, you can leave them in the comments that you make underneath the description and
under the video once it's posted.
I would very much appreciate it if you would make some comments underneath the description. It matters. It helps us more than you know. We have a problem getting people to do it. And it takes so little, and it helps us so much. So if you would do that, appreciate it. That's not this feed. YouTube doesn't see any of this. What they see are the comments that people write under the video out front. So that's what I'm talking about. And you can still ask questions there too. So that's all good.
Yep. Bisu, make sure to check and answer your questions and reply. So.
And if I don't, Javi gets on me because she still takes care of the YouTube stuff. She'll start answering them, and it don't sound like me. She gets on me. You got stuff on there you didn't take care of. I saw one this morning where a woman left me a comment on another video I made a long time ago, and she said such lovely things. My goodness, she's made my day.
Oh, Mary said that she loved your article at Bellamore.
Oh, did you like that? I was so thrilled to be asked to do that again.
I said you and Dara both.
Yeah, Dara did a good job.
She called you both shining stars.
Yes. I've been published in Bell Armor quite a few times over the years. And my goal is now to try and get published in every issue because I can't afford to do advertising in there, but if I'm in there, it'll make a difference. So people do come and look. So That's what I'm going to try to do. That's what I'm shooting for. So, they seem to like me. They seem to like the way I write and stuff like that. So, she always comments, oh, I don't have to worry about you. We don't have to hardly edit anything. You know what you're doing. That makes me feel good. But I only know that because of the editors I had when I wrote the book. Man, did they teach me. They were good about that. I don't always gentle, but they taught me. All right.
I'm going to flip this the other way so you guys can see it.
Okay.
How it's coming along. So
I'm going to... See, if I start putting this on there, it'll be hard to stick stuff, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, guys, I'm going to take off now. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you next week, and you can leave me questions under the video, or you know where I am. You can contact me directly. That'll be fun. And you can comment about this at the group, too. I wish you would, because then maybe more people would give it a try. You know.
And then again, next class, next Wednesday, 2 Eastern time.
We're doing this.
We're doing the cuff.
And then, oh shoot, I was going to say something. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. Oh, yeah. The code 35 for all. 35 FORALL, and the letters are all capital. You have to have a $100 order. If you do, put that code in, you'll get 35% off, and you will get free U.S. shipping. Hardly gets better than that. So, I'll see you guys. Boy, I look old and tired today. Double chin. Anyway, is what it is. Thank you so much for coming. Bless you all. We'll see you next time, okay?